guys. I've sort of taken a little break from the trucks and things. They're almost like, well, they are going really well, and I'm kind of trying to decide what I'm gonna sort of build next. I want to get that V4, the Torin V4. Still looking around, watching Dennis how he's getting on with it. So in the meantime, I've been doing some other little projects, and I bought this. I know inside's going to be a pile of rubbish, but I'm hoping to salvage a few parts out of it. To make, good something else. I've got an idea to build something out of this, although I know it's absolutely a wreck, but I'm hoping to salvage some parts from it. So I'm going to crack it open now and see if it's as bad as I thought. Well, let's have a look what we've got in here. I'm not expecting much whatsoever, but we'll see. Okay, brown paper. Oh, and there it is. Now most of you have been in this hobby for a while, like myself. Hang on, let's just get rid of this box. I'll get this palette out. You'll recognise what this is. Now, from this side, don't look too bad. A few little cracks, You go to the other side, my God, a bit all around here as well. Look, absolutely, the whole thing is just falling apart. Now these holes, always, I've never seen one. Well, unless they're brand new, I've never seen one that hasn't actually dissolved like this and absolutely fell to pieces. Now you know this boat is called a Traxxas Nitro V. Sort of 90s, late 90s, middle 90s maybe, I don't know. But I've always sort of liked them a bit. I don't know why, but might become clear in a minute when I take the top off. Quite an interesting thing really. So, I haven't bought it for the hull, I bought it for what's inside it. Whether it's any good or not, I don't know. So let's just clip this hatch off here. Okay, that don't look marvellous either, but I didn't pay a lot of money for it. Look at the size, what we used to run back in the day, these receivers, look at the size of them, the Traxxas receiver. It's got, that's huge, isn't it? How many batteries? So it's got extra batteries in there, that must be, well, for the other little gadget I'll tell you about in a minute. It's got original Traxxas servo in there, and what is that one? That's a Futaba. So obviously someone's changed it. Now, the interesting thing with this boat, it's got electric start, which is quite nice. It goes in there like all the Traxxas ones do. And the other thing, the little thing that is quite good on here, this other little motor here, is what they call a return to shore motor. Now, if the boat stops in the lake, a lot of nitro ones have a sort of habit of doing, what happens is you've got a third channel on there and you flick it, and this little gear flicks over and engages in that gear there, and you can drive the motor home because you've got a big battery pack in there. You can actually drive the boat home on an electric motor, and then you can restart it and off you go again. And once this spins, it will flick that gear out. It's quite an ingenious little thing. Now, what I intend to do, if I can get this out, I don't even know if the engine turns over. Yeah, it does turn over. And actually, I'm quite surprised. The compression feels really good on it. Now, I can't be that lucky. I've never had an engine, I don't think, second hand that's not had rusty bearings because of the nitro and all that rubbish or whatever. But maybe, you never know, maybe someone might have put some after run on it or with it. I can see on the back here there's a little bit of oil on that, so maybe it has. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is taking all this out of here and getting another hole, maybe a fiberglass hole or something like that. Similar sort of shape, there's lots of them about, something stronger. And I'm hoping to put this like assembly, the engine, the return to shore, blah blah blah, everything, the there's electric start. And what I'm hoping to do is make this electric start actually on board, like the toy on the trucks. So have a battery on there, have a relay, and just start it from the transmitter. Exactly the same as like a toy engine. Now, it's quite a good quality kind of setup. I mean, that's a Traxxas engine. I think it's a 15. You know, they're quite a peppy little engine, and they don't hang about. And it's got quite a good outdrive on it. So you've got like steering, which is quite nice. You've got a turn fin on there. You've got your water pickup, which is just there. So you've got your turn fin, which is like spring loaded. So if you hit anything, it goes back out of the way. But you know, there's a lot of stuff in here for what I paid for it, which I believe is going to be, you know, quite interesting to put into another boat. Obviously you've got the twin pipes as well. I don't think that exhaust is fantastic, so I'm probably going to, well, it was twin pipes there. I'm probably going to do something with that. I don't like a great big long pipe like that. You know, you need like a twin pipe, then maybe put it out into there if you can. But I think all the drive gear is ball raced, I believe it is. I mean, that's a big battery pack in there as well. I might change that for a LiPo, get a LiPo battery in there, maybe knock it down for these servos. Obviously I'm not going to use that, you know, museum piece there of a receiver. I haven't got a transmitter with it anyway, but you know, there's a lot of scope there. So doing an interesting project and start cleaning this up. No doubt them screws that are holding the engine in there, like these ones here, they're going to break, or I won't be able to undo them or whatever like that, you know. And you know, the hull, I mean, you just can't do anything with that hull. It's like, you know, it's just absolutely falling apart. I can't believe what they make them out of. It's you know, like I said before, whether it's the fuel gets on them or the light or whatever, I don't know, but it's just, you know, they're sort of double skinned and that, but there's not actually any strength left in this boat, so I'm going to have to change it. Or, you know, I thought I might be able to repair the hull, but I didn't realise kind of how bad that is. I mean, there's a big piece of polystyrene I can see in the front there. You see that, like the float. Nice little tanks, lots in there. You know, typical Traxxas, quite a nice thing, and they can go quite well. So, you know, you might see this coming along in the next few weeks. You know, it's on the back burner. As you can see, sort of up the end there, I'm still messing about with my little Kyosho bites. I've just built. Let's bring it over. I've just built this. Kyosho, you know the thing, these are the little leaning riders, you know, fantastic little bikes, you know, but we've just got these tyres now. Well, I've been running some they call ZH tyres, or the old sort of OTO bike that was around years ago. Now these tyres here, they're from the Mars Ape Scale bike, I think X-Rider. Now these tyres are absolutely awesome. I mean, we don't run crash bars on these, we just run them as they are, and you can go around grinding the guy's feet out, or boots if you want to call them that. You can grind his boots out and it don't crash. You can go around so low on them with no crash bars or nothing, and they're a great little thing. Again, I made myself up a set of forks, you know. There's an old damper there I made. You can buy all this stuff, you know, but I like making them, you know. I must have about 12 of these or whatever. They just never get old, you know. And this one's been built out of my spares box. We've got 7,200k in this, so I mean, quite a fast beast. I've done a bit of, I mean, you only get them in Lucky Strike, Schwantz, well, it's been discontinued now, I suppose, because of advertising. You get them in Duan, you know, old school. Why they don't update them, I don't know, because they're absolutely beautiful thing. You know, the Hong Kong, if you ever get a chance, ever watch the Hong Kong bike guides, Hong Kong Bike Club I think it's called, watch some of their videos. They're absolutely awesome, you know. and that's kind of what inspired me to run with no crash bars and that. You know, these tyres now, they come with like a hard insert in them, so you know it makes it roll really nice. You know, they grip. You know, so because you only can get like a couple of colour schemes on them, I say why they don't update them. You can make them into something really modern, like a Repsol or something like that. I don't know, but I've just been painting some bodywork up today. I've always liked Kawasaki. You know, I've had one for a while. You know, back in the day, and I've got a Triumph 900 now that I sort of potter around on. But you know, I've just painted this up, and I've given it a couple of coats of clear lacquer. It feels really nice. So help keep the decals on. I've got the seat that goes on there and a few other little bits and pieces. But I made all these decals up myself. They're, you know, it's only a basher. You know, as you can imagine, they get sort of like knocked about. You know, you slide down the road a few times, and you know they do get knocked about. The thing with them though, if you don't run, the thing that with these bikes like years ago was these crash bar mounts here. Where are we? These. Now, because you've got the crash bars on there, they go on these two posts here. Now, what tends to happen is when you have a few crashes, these tend to snap off, and you've got to replace the whole frame. You know, I mean, I painted this one satin black just to be different, but so if you don't use crash bars and you don't, you know, use them, these stay intact, so you don't actually break the frame. You scrape up the bodywork a bit, but you do not break the frame, because the crash bars, when you do a flick or roll over or whatever, you know, they actually hit the ground so hard and they do snap from around here. You know, we used to try everything, Araldite them and screwing bits on and all that, but they always broke there. And they also tend to break the bodywork as well. You know, what I tend to do is I tend to glue both halves of the bodywork together. So it kind of, you know, it looks like that. So I tend to glue both halves together, makes it really strong. And you just undo 4 screws, slip it forward, put your new battery in and put it back. Because this always falls off. It only clips on there. Can you see these clips? Only clips on there, so it always comes off. So, you know, I don't bother with it anymore. I just glue it all together. But, you know, it's quite an ingenious way it works. I mean, I'll do another little video and show you how the rider works. But the rider goes on there, so as the steering turns, you know, like that, it moves the rider as well, and that never gets old, seeing that rider sort of going from left to right or whatever. But you know, this one now is kind of almost ready to go, but the weather's been rubbish over here. We keep getting mega winds and rain and God knows what else, so it's not good. So I'm spending a bit of time out here playing with these, and obviously we're going to see what we can do with this beast. So stay tuned, subscribe, and hope you like the video. Something a bit different to a truck, but I've not given them my trucks. That V4 is on my bucket list, and it will be mine one day. I'm just waiting for Dennis to get his one up and running and see if there's any problems. You know, he's kind of like the guinea pig for all of us, I believe. And it'll be great to see that capo running. It's doing a fantastic job, and that's an absolutely beautiful looking truck. So good luck, Dennis, and I hope everything works out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.